Hello everyone. Today a
It's
little
selfie style.
selfie style. We have a little live and launch update. I think that's how we're gonna call it.
But we're still here at Superplants TV.
Yes, welcome. I'm Kristel
I'm
and
Michael, and we want to talk to you about something very, very important, exciting. And if you haven't heard, go to Eat Superplants right now. It's about to happen. We're launching our multivitamin. These are the capsules. It's the first capsule for us. Why are we doing this? Why do we want to disrupt the industry? It's so dirty. We figured out this supplement industry is so dirty. We want to go in there and we want to have the cleanest products, and we have. So we're so excited to
it's
talk to you about it.
and honestly it has been
Shocking.
like an over a year project. Like
Shocking.
I feel like I definitely used to be one of those people where I was like, okay, I don't need a supplement because I eat really healthy. I eat a ton of fruit and vegetables, which most people don't do, right? But I was like, I don't need it, and I still had deficiencies like iron, for example, during pregnancy. Before that, B6 actually one
Mine too, a
time.
little bit low.
You had B12. So there were definitely there are certain things like D is another really common one that I definitely had at some point. So there is definitely there are gaps, even if you eat really healthy nowadays with the soil and
Why is that? Because
Yeah.
not everything has the amount of nutrition and nutrients anymore than it used to be. Our soil is depleted.
Yep.
And we mostly can't eat as much fruits and vegetables to have all these vitamins.
Well, also let's just be real. We don't,
No, we
right?
don't.
9 out of 10 people don't eat enough fruit and vegetables. The fruit and vegetables we eat are not as nutritious anymore.
And listen to
Plus,
this.
plus we live such busy lives that we actually need more, I believe, than we ever needed. So it's just like it doesn't add up. And for us, it was just like, okay, we actually want to have a multivitamin. Like I was
Essential,
so clear on it. It's like I want to have a daily foundation that is I just know I hit all my vitamins. And then I was very aware of like the difference between whole food vitamins versus synthetic vitamins, and we're going to explain this a little more. But that's what we found, and just how hard it was to find something
so
like
Kristel
good.
said,
It's
let's get a multivitamin for our family. Like so many.
Yeah, that
of
is
you-
actually from plants, right?
Right. So many of you have a multi that you're giving your family and using yourself. It's kind of this family product. When we started searching, what would I take? What would Kristel take? What we would potentially a little bit give to our kids? It was shocking. I have no other word. It's a very dirty sub industry. Why? Because there's so much synthetic vitamins out there made in the lab.
Yeah, exactly. What is synthetic? Right? Synthetic actually means lab made, and there's some crazy things where vitamins are derived from like literally petroleum to acetone, like really crazy things that are not actual foods. And why this actually matters, right? So we actually have this synthetic vitamin. So like for example, synthetic vitamin C is
ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid.
Which is very different than a vitamin C from a plant, because vitamin C from a plant comes with like this whole something we call cofactors around it that actually then when you ingest it, your body actually can recognize it can actually absorb it, and it knows what to do with it. And synthetic vitamins, right, 70%, by the way, 70% of Americans take actually a multivitamin, which is crazy, right? If you then think about it, 9 out of 10 people actually still have deficiencies, right? So there's something is just not adding up.
So if somebody takes an ascorbic acid, vitamin C, right, your body needs energy, needs to actually work on to figure out what do I do with this ascorbic acid. Either it needs energy and other nutrients to turn these ascorbic acid into some usable materials,
That's true.
or it tries to get everything rid of it because it's a foreign material. And that's so different because once vitamins and minerals were detected 100 years ago in the early 1900s, 20th century, 1912, 1915, I don't know exactly the date. It was actually, they discovered it from fruits and vegetables, right? They discovered, there are vitamins and minerals in fruits and vegetables. That's why they're so healthy. And since then, the supplement industry, 90+%, is trying to mimic nature.
By the way, that is the whole pharma industry also.
And it's trying to mimic something in nature synthetically in the lab with chemists to try to put some things together and to mimic what's in nature. And you can't mimic it. You need to eat and drink and digest the real thing, and therefore we have the real thing. We have it from real fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, so basically the multivitamin we developed, and this was like over a year process.
Here it is.
Here it is.
Look, it is how green this is.
Green. It's green
Think
because
about
there are
it.
real plants in there.
Because it's not just white, a tablet or a capsule with nothing in there. It's with white powder in there. No, this is green because it comes from nature and is intended to like really help you.
So basically, it's a whole food-based vitamin. All the vitamins in there come from real plants. This includes the B vitamins, which is very rare, especially like the B12 or other B vitamins. Very often actually get added to, for example, a grain like buckwheat, and then it gets fermented, like synthetic version gets added to buckwheat, and then it gets fermented, so it becomes more bioavailable. But you're still actually having, right, a fermented synthetic version of, which we actually didn't do, right? So like the B vitamins, even like the B12 actually comes from chlorella. The other B vitamins come from some of the other plant extracts in there. So it all comes from plants.
And why it's so different?
My arm's getting heavy.
Ours is 100% organic.
That also?
100% organic. There's organic fruits and vegetables. There's very little in industry that do that. Another thing is we don't have any fermentation going on. So many times when people say it's whole food supplements, what they mean is they're adding all these supplements synthetically to a whole food, and then they ferment the whole thing in like a soup to ferment, and then the whole soup is dried and made a powder, and then they say it's a whole food supplement. It's not a whole food supplement. It's synthetic supplements that are fermented into whole food. So we have it from real plants, meaning we can trace down every vitamin to the farmer, to the actual leaf.
The leaf?
Not to the leaf, but to the actual farmer, where it's coming from, the actual field, where it's done. I would say something else, to the actual plant.
Yes.
We can trace it down to the plant.
The leaf. I was like, you're very diligent.
What plants are we using? It's right there. It's on our label. We will see it. So it's so different. If somebody can only take one takeaway from this,
that synthetic vitamins, poor absorption, potentially toxic.
Yes.
Right? And full of fillers, chemical, and just harmful additives. Right? And then a truly whole food vitamin is actually getting your vitamins from plants, from nature, the way it was intended.
100% organic. And as you know,
only real plants.
Only real plants.
Yeah.
No additives, no fillers, no nothing. Yeah. Just plants.
Just plants. And I think we're going to slowly wrap it up. I would love for all of you, because I mean, this topic we can talk about so much more. Also, like, I think we're just gonna
educate. It's time to educate.
It's time, like, honestly, I'm still getting confused, because like even reading supplements labels and truly understanding like what you're actually getting is so hard. In general, if they are not screaming from the rooftops that it's coming from whole foods, it's not. It's just really that simple. And why not? Synthetic vitamins are extremely cheap, so the profit margins are extremely high, right? Versus like actually creating something from plants is a lot more expensive. So, you know, like there's just not a financial incentive to do that.
Even if I say natural.
So if 10% of the supplement is actually a plant. So for example, you have synthetic vitamins and you add like 10% broccoli powder to it. I'm just saying something. Then you can call the product natural. So only 10% actually has to be something natural, and you can call the whole product with all the synthetic vitamins in there a natural product.
So we're here to shed light. We're excited about this because too many people take not the right supplements. If we talk about longevity, talk about your foundation of health, this is where it starts with a really good multivitamin. So highly recommend ours. And if you take one and you're not sure about your brand or whatever, send us a picture
of the label, and we'll help you decode and figure out what is actually in there, because it is fascinating once you start to really understand that. Then last thing, we are gonna start pre-sale November 12th, so definitely mark your calendars. We are so excited that everyone can get. I'm so excited to get more of these
green goodies.
These green goodies, and that's it, I think, for today.
That's it.
Thank you for tuning in.
Next episode.
Bye.
Bye.